Hey guys, Sweetchins here, and just wanted to talk about the Manny Pacquiao and Brandon Rios fight, which was early hours Sunday morning for people, but I think took place about Saturday night. I think in China. It was in China, and I just want to say my problem with it. To be honest, don't get me wrong, it's a great fight. It's Pacquiao won on points against Brandon Rios, and my problem is that Brandon Rios was a hand-picked opponent for Manny Pacquiao. Not taking anything away from Manny Pacquiao. Brandon Rios is a tremendous fighter. He can take punches all night, and he's dangerous. He's got a high knockout ratio. He'll keep coming through your power shots, and he won't go down. That's a scary thing. If you're hitting people with your best shots, and they keep coming forward, you start to lose your composure, your tactics, your game plan, and then you start getting frustrated and agitated, you get a bit anxious, so you throw a bit quicker. But Manny Pacquiao, no, he did well. He won easily on points, but he kind of needed a knockout, to be honest, to make a statement, but he sort of failed to do that. Like I said, I'm not taking it. Anyway, back to the point of him, Rios being a hand-picked opponent. He was, because all he is a fighter. He's an in-fighter who comes forward, and Pacquiao showed that against Margarito, how he can take him apart. It suits Pacquiao's style perfectly. If he was a counter-puncher, it would have been another story, like Marquez. But the problem is, I feel sorry for Brandon Rios, because either way, it was a lose-lose situation for him. If he won that fight, everyone would have said, you just beat a faded champion. Yeah, Pacquiao hasn't got it anymore. You know, it's nothing really special. This shows that his time's up. But he was expected to lose, and that's not a nice thing. You're just there to lose. Don't get me wrong, he had no intention of losing. He's just coming off a loss himself. But the fact that, you know, he lost, now that's against his record as well. He's got 2 straight losses now, and that doesn't put him in that good of a position. But like I said, anyway, it was a great fight. But I just feel Pacquiao now, this is a problem. He hasn't had a knockout in over 2 years, and that was kind of his big advertising picture, how like Bob Arum would advertise him, being like the knockout king pound for pound. His hands hit you so hard, you go unconscious. When you kind of think about it, I do like Pacquiao, but what massive name has he beat? And I think, I'm being honest here, I know he beat Oscar De La Hoya, and he did beat him bad, but Oscar was a bit older and that, and don't get me wrong, he still dominated them guys, so you can't take anything away from him. But Miguel Cotto, no, but he did well against Miguel Cotto, but we're talking massive, I don't know, it's a hard subject, to be honest. But if he was to fight Mayweather, it's quite clear that, in my opinion, Mayweather would beat him. Mayweather's a counter-puncher, and what happened to Pacquiao against Marquez, that was nothing to do with luck. Well, some people will. You get told out punch in boxing. As you may know, I do amateur boxing myself, and that's a right-hand counter. You step, if you're orthodox stance, you step your left foot to the side to get your head out of the way, and you throw the right hand, so their right hand will go here. You use all your opponent's weight against them, and you hit them yourself. And Pacquiao's southpaw, so you have to counter his right jab. Where Pacquiao's so explosive, he's gone in with all his weight on his jab. Marquez hit him with the right. You see Marquez backs up. He knew what he was doing. Pacquiao felt he had his hands down like this. No good. Mayweather would dominate on that. And he got knocked out cold. Which is... I'm not saying, and that's what I mean, you got knocked out cold, so it wasn't a lucky punch or anything. Pacquiao hadn't had it. He was still a great fighter. Every time someone loses, you can't make excuses to say, oh, it's because they changed religion, I didn't train hard enough. All them kind of problems. But when it comes to Mayweather Pacquiao, I think Mayweather would win it hands down. He's too skilled. He's been there, seen all before. And I can understand Mayweather wanting drug testing, because if you're going to fight someone and there's a chance they're on steroids, that's dangerous. They'll keep coming no matter what, and they could ruin your life for the rest of your life. And I get Mayweather's the kind of guy who wants to leave boxing untouched. He doesn't want to get hurt, which is right. Who wants to take punishment? And ever since Mayweather's asked for this blood testing and that, like Pacquiao's refusing it, he said what was it? That when he fought Eric Morales, for the first time, he said he had the blood test on the day of the fight, and that's why he was so weak. But when that fight was happening, press conference, and that, all they were saying was that he took him too light. They never mentioned anything about that whatsoever. And Mayweather said he could be 14 days before the fight, and Pacquiao was saying no, it could interfere with his training, and he doesn't. It's a needle. He's got tattoos, so you can't say he's afraid of needles. And second, ever since he said that, now that if he was using drugs, I'm not saying he is, but if he was, and now he can't use them, he hasn't knocked anyone out. His powers, he's still kind of aggressive, but he's not taking punches as well, and he's not knocking people out. He's really not. He's not hitting them stone cold. And you could say it's age, but you don't really ever lose your power. He's still landing the shots, yet they're not going down. So it's debatable. Don't get me wrong, Brandon Rios, so he's the type of guy just to keep taking punishment all night. He's one of them guys who just will not go down. Some people can just take punch after punch after punch, and that's just the type of guy he was. Which is why he was just handpicked to look good against, basically be a heavy bag for Pacquiao. But, you know, and for people that say Mayweather hasn't got a knockout punch, you kind of don't know what you're talking about. Because when Mayweather, he used to fight at like, I know he fought with featherweight, I think he fought even below that. This camera's gone a bit blurry for some reason. He fought up below featherweight, I think. But when he had like, he's world champion, like, I think by 20 or so, I don't know how old he was, but he was young. He had like 20 fights and he's world champ. And he had like one fight, he's like 25 wins, 20 knockouts. That is a high knockout ratio. Because he's more so natural weight, is featherweight, lightweight. Yet he's come up to like near middleweight, like light middleweight. And he struggles to put on that weight. So that's the reason why he's not knocking out these guys, because they're naturally a lot bigger than him. His power was more, he was hurting people bad, like knocking them out on that, knocking them down. Then he's not the hardest hitter, but he still had a knockout punch, and now everyone's saying he doesn't, but he's come up the weight ranks. Like, it's basically like you fought a guy who was 2 stone heavier than you. Obviously you could put on the weight, but putting on muscle and weight does not give you more power. You're born with a punch. That's end of. You can increase it by accuracy, bit of speed, maybe a little bit of weight, but it's never going to be, if you haven't got the punch, you haven't got the punch. And he did have the punch. He can still knock people out. He did it against Victor Ortiz. So, you know, I know he wasn't looking. It was his fault. He got knocked out. But, and I just feel, they're saying that Pacquiao fight and Mayweather fight could happen, I think it's sometime next year. And I think it'll still be fine. Everyone's going to be like, oh, it's too late now. Pacquiao's not the same he was. Yeah, but he is. It's just, I think Mayweather's too good for him. Mayweather's been there, done that. Once again, Mayweather, like, takes that fight and wins, everyone say, oh, you should have fought earlier. If he loses, his legacy's kind of gone. So it's up to him if he wants that fight. But congratulations to Pacquiao for winning against Rios. Also Rios as well, he took that fight. It wasn't the best fight for him to take, you know. But that's boxing for you.